Never know. Okay.
Okay, so how do you feel yesterday's lesson went?
Well, I think there were some parts that I was surprised that went well, I think, and then I think there were other parts that, didn't go so well, didn't go as planned, but it happens.
And what were you surprised about that went well?
I was actually surprised about after we did after we reread a book from yesterday for comprehension, talking about what happened in the beginning, middle, end. I wanted him to write a sentence for each picture to describe. But actually that was one of the parts that didn't go well. But he was actually able, when he was labeling his picture, because I only had him write one sentence for what happened in the beginning, it just was too overwhelming for him. So then I just said, okay, write a word and label your picture. Pick something in your picture to label. And he actually labeled something because the girl was looking in the pet shop, so he wrote the word look, and he spelled it correctly with 2 O's, so I was impressed with that. And so that was something that surprised me that he was able to do. But
so you think that was a good choice, letting him write the word?
Yeah, I think because he was just, it's difficult for him to writing and reading, but when he wrote just the one sentence, and it took time just to even get out the first sentence, which was only 4 words. So I just said, you know what, why don't you look at those other 2 pictures and just write a word to label. So.
Okay. And you said some parts didn't go well?
Yeah. I think with fluency, because I think my decision to do fluency instruction with him every single day is not so great, because I think I'm going to start doing it every other day, because it's just, we do a lot of word work, because, he needs a lot of word work, putting sounds together that make words and understanding that. So I think when it's time to do fluency, he's kind of drained and it's exhausting for him reading. So we did do an echo reading of a book called Which Pet is Best, because we've been doing Short A. We did Short E yesterday. And he doesn't mind the echo reading, but then when I want to go back and chorally read it together the second time, he was just not having it really. So he didn't want to do it. So I decided to, you know what, the echo reading was enough practice for him. We're doing so much word work, so I just pushed the choral reading off. I'll do it another day.
So why do you think he doesn't want to do choral reading?
I just think because reading's difficult for him, and the echo reading already was just enough, not a struggle, but he really has to look at even when I read it first, I'll read the sentence, which pet is best? And then it's his turn, and then he'll still get stuck, he has to really look at the words and pay attention to every letter and every sound in order to sound them out, so.
Okay. So let's see. Did your lesson go as planned in terms of the organization of it? Did you follow what you set out to do, or?
Yeah, I normally follow, my schedule, but like I said, with the fluency, I decided not to do the choral reading, which I think it was a good choice in the end, because I don't want him to get, exhausted. And then with the writing portion after comprehension, I did change my plan again. I just had him I wanted him to write one sentence for each picture he drew, beginning, middle, end, but I only had him write one sentence for beginning and then label with a word for the other things. But other than that, pretty much stuck to the plan.
Okay. And based off your objectives or your goals for the lesson, do you think that he met majority of them?
I think with word work, he's definitely, I can see he's really getting the concept of the short vowels. We did a word sort A and E, and he's able to do it pretty readily on his own. There's every once in a while he'll get stuck and need my help, but I think he does know the difference between the sounds, so he can say a and f or e. So he's definitely is meeting that goal. For comprehension, I think he still needs, I'm still instructing him on beginning, middle, end, just adding detail to what he's saying, because I mean he's giving it to me like very basic what happened in the beginning, middle, end, but now I think I'm going to try to work in like characters and settings, so give him those things to add into his retelling. And with writing, I mean, my goal, was for him with the sentence formation to be able to write with a capital period, and he did do that with the one sentence he wrote, but like I said, I only had him label the other two, so, and he is using his beginning and ending sounds when he's writing words, so he definitely met that goal. Yeah, I think that's it.
So do you think if he can write a sentence, he can write like a 3-sentence story or something?
Yeah.
Connect that back to the retelling?
Right, yeah, that's like what I want to move toward. I just have been, like today I just had him do a retelling and I wrote it, just so he's used to doing that retelling. Then hopefully maybe he can do like a 3-sentence retelling on his own, since he is able to form a sentence.
Okay. Let's see. Was there anything that your 2T did that let you know that you needed to make a change?
He gets frustrated easily, and his body language, like he'll put his head on the table and he's like, I don't want to do this. So I think that was what led me to make that change with the fluency. Like I was like, okay, the echo reading was enough,
Yeah.
and I just have to do that another day. That's it.
Okay. Well, you asked me to tally up the amount of times that you redirected, clarified, rephrased, and provided support/guidance.
Right.
And so basically what I observed was, in terms of redirecting, that you redirected him 4 times.
Okay.
You clarified the directions for him 3 times. You rephrased once, and you provided support and guidance twice, in different ways. But so basically, we kind of found out that you're redirecting him the most.
The most.
Is that what you were expecting?
Yeah, I was expecting that. It's hard for him to sit there the whole time, and it's a lot of work, and it's challenging because he does have a hard time. Obviously he struggles with reading and writing, so it's difficult for him. So I think, sometimes he goes on that shutdown mode as his way of saying this is stupid, like, which is, it's hard for him, so that's how he reacts. So, but yeah, I'm going to try to encourage him. Like, I know he really responds well to positive reinforcement, so I'm trying to just encourage him and maybe give him a little more time to just really try to work through it and figure it out on his own before I'm like jumping in and going, okay, well, if it doesn't say that, maybe it does this. Well, blah, blah, blah. Look at it again. Like, maybe just giving him that time, like how you've been working on wait time. That might be something I have to do too.
Okay.
Right.
So maybe we can work on that next time.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll meet
Next
next
week.
time for our
Yep.
pre-conference.
All right. Thank you.